This is honestly crazy as reports are coming out that the Celtics and Brad Stevens were interested in drafting a premier guard ahead in the draft before he was selected by the Miami Heat. And this would have had some implications possibly on the Celtics' path to winning this championship and also would have had some implications with the coaching as well. So we're going to be diving and looking at this and explaining what ultimately could have happened with this squad. All of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic, showing your love and support on the channel, which has been super appreciative. I do want to let you guys know that the weekly live streams are back, and they'll be happening tonight at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 6. So if you want to come by, talk about the Celtics in the last recent week, go over some cool stats, ask any questions about this Celtics team, make sure to come through this afternoon, 6 p.m. We will be live, and we'll be having some guests appearing on the show as well in the next couple weeks. So let me know who you guys would like to see added on to the show. But without further ado, let's dive into the video at hand. Make sure to grab a snack. And like I said in the introduction, this would have been absolutely crazy if this was able to pull it off. And I want to give a huge shout out to one of the creators over on the Digest Media page, Bryson Akins, as he was able to show me this kind of article here for the Celtics to kind of break down. So I want to give him a shout out for inspiring this video. And I also want to give a shout out to a coworker as well at Last Word on Sports, where you can read my son's work. But I'm going to be breaking down an article from someone I do work with, which is absolutely fantastic, as well as they were able to cover this in Ellie DeGlatwy. And Tyler Heroes reveals his rival team promised to draft him in 2019. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, as you could tell from the title, as you could tell from the thumbnail, Tyler Hero was the guard that was promised to be drafted by this Boston Celtics squad ahead of that draft. And that would have been a drastic change that could have had major implications for this squad. So let's dive in and let's look at the report. As we can see on a recent episode of the OGs show, Tyler Hero recalled his draft night experience and spoke about wanting to go to Miami despite Boston guaranteeing to pick him if he was available. And if you guys do not know, Miami did have the pick before Boston in this draft. And Hero went on to say that when he saw the numbers of the teams of where they were drafting and he see Miami was 13, he was set on Miami months prior before even the draft. He felt that that was a reasonable spot he could land. It felt like that was a good spot that he wanted to go to. It was just a dream to go to Miami. And on draft night, the Celtics had the 14th pick, and they had already guaranteed me the pick for the most part. And then Miami took me right before at 13. So it was a blessing, said Hero. As Hero obviously got what he wanted, as he did not want to go to Boston, as he wanted to go to Miami. Now, we all know with the Boston Celtics, with that 14th overall pick, they went and selected Romeo Langford, who at the time was obviously plenty of reasons to like the pick. He was a great collegiate player and had a ton of potential, but not only that, was a fantastic high school player as well. Unfortunately, throughout his career with the Celtics in college and high school, he suffered a bunch of injuries, and that never really helped him to pan out for this Celtics team, as he only appeared in 94 total games for the Celtics across 3 seasons. And in those games, like Ellie posted, he averaged 3.6 points, 1.9 rebounds. Despite being a lottery pick, Langford never established himself in Boston, but no matter what, it all worked out for the Celtics as they were able to use a player in Romeo Langford to trade for Derrick White, and that from the San Antonio Spurs, who has been a borderline all-star and a critical piece for Boston's title win era in 2024. As for Langford, he's only played in 47 games for San Antonio and currently plays overseas. But like I mentioned, great article from Ellie. Go check him out. He does a fantastic job breaking a lot of stuff down over on Last Word, amongst many other places as well. And shout out to Bryson for giving us this type of idea to break down. But like I said, this would have been absolutely crazy to see a player like Tyler Hero on this Celtics team. If Brad Stevens had promised him to be this draft pick, he would have been on this squad alongside Marcus Smart, would have been alongside Jayson Tatum alongside Jaylen Brown, and would have been another scorer and shot creator for this team. And that ultimately opens the possibilities for discussions with this Celtics squad. As we all know, they won a championship acquiring Derrick White and trading a player in Romeo Langford to do so. But if they had a player in Tyler Hero, depending on how he fit in with this team, would he have stayed with this squad? Would he have been a building block? Would he have been a contextual piece? Would he ultimately have gone frustrated because he didn't like Boston, didn't really want to go there in general? Would he have wanted to go somewhere else and would have been happy to be included in a trade? Or would he have not have panned out with this Celtics team, really have fit in with this squad, and they ultimately would have had to go in with another deal? Well, that is what we're going to get to in the next part of the discussion. So let me know what you think down below on this news, kind of down below in the comment section. But let's get into the next part, which what would it have meant for this Celtics team? Because ultimately, I think it would have meant a lot of different moves. Like I said, the Celtics would have had a whole different roster back then with having a player in Tyler Hero that would have still had Robert Williams. And who knows, they possibly could have won a title, could have won a championship back in 2022 when they competed against that Warriors team with a squad built like this if they had a player in Tyler Hero. But if not, if they had made those moves, still acquired Derrick White, had still gone all in with this team, it would have looked a lot different for a player in Tyler Hero, as he would have been obviously in San Antonio, would have been playing with them, would have been with Victor Wembanyama, but this Celtics team would still obviously have its core. Now, I do think if Hero was in Boston, if he was drafted here, he ultimately would have adjusted to Boston, similar to Tatum did when he didn't really necessarily want to come to Boston, would have felt ingratiated by the culture, ingratiated by the system, and would have felt respected. And who knows, maybe the Celtics don't go out and trade for a player like Derrick White. Or maybe if they do trade for a player like Derrick White, maybe they are sacrificing a player like Marcus Smart that early to acquire a player like Derrick. And then they have Derrick still alongside Hero. Maybe they don't even go out and get Jrue Holiday. Maybe they still have Kristaps. Maybe they still have Robert Williams on this team alongside Al Horford. The possibilities are ultimately endless with that. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, what you guys ultimately think about this whole discussion and what you think about this Celtics team. Because like I said, we're going to be breaking down and talking all about this Celtics team tonight, going over their last couple games, going over their recent projections for the future, and honestly looking at some big time stars, because over the last couple of days we have seen players like Kristaps Porziņģis, like Jrue Holiday really step up and deliver for this team. And like I said, the Celtics went 3-1 on that last road trip, and now we're coming back to Boston looking to get on a good steady note. So like I said, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, what you guys ultimately think. If you guys are at this point in the video and still are here, you enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are still chasing that goal of 6,000 subscribers on the channel. Like I said, you guys have been showing your everlasting support, which has been absolutely fantastic. We want to try to hit that goal of 6,000 subscribers. Like I mentioned before we sign off over here as well, I do want to give a shout out to Ellie and to Bryson for providing the great stuff to break down for this video in today. And like I said, come through for the live stream. We will be live at 6 p.m. Eastern, breaking down everything Boston Celtics and going over the team as a whole. Like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have been the real MVPs of this video for staying in and tuning in to this point. So I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. And go Boston Celtics. Peace out, everyone.